state.
We begin with a Fox 10 News alert at the 4:30 hour. We've got a shooting at a QT near 39th Avenue and Greenway where we're hearing that the victim is a child.
Matt Galka is on the scene there. He joins us live with more details. Matt, what's going on?
Yeah, guys, so I'm not going to lie to you. This is kind of foreign to me because it's not typical that we are this close to a scene, but I will tell you, so we were at this Quick Trip, and we were working on a different story that was set to air at 5 o'clock. We were working on it on our laptop when we heard right in front of us a pop. It sounded like a gunshot. We've heard gunshots before, me and my cameraman, Brian Kay, and it was at that point that there was a little bit of panic with what we're seeing behind us at the gas pumps. We were able to see an older man. He was carrying what I believe to be his son. He carried him into the Quick Trip to try and get aid, and once it was apparent that there wasn't a shooting, it seemed accidental. We had run inside to try and do whatever we can. That's when people obviously had already called 911. I want to direct your attention over here to that vehicle at the gas pump, and I'm not exactly sure what you can see, but there is what appears to be an exit hole that came from inside that vehicle to outside. And while I was inside and we were trying to help the kid, he was bleeding. Obviously, he was hurt. I can say he was alert. He was speaking to his father. It was obviously a very traumatic experience inside the Quick Trip for this child's family. One of the family members had said that they believed there was a gun in the back seat and that the gun had gone off and gone through the car and had struck the child. Now, this is all firsthand from what we had seen inside the Quick Trip and heard. Obviously, we're waiting on official word. Phoenix Police and Phoenix Fire were here within minutes. Their response was incredible. The employees inside were doing everything they could to help this family. And we do know that that child has been transported. It was shocking, and it was obviously difficult. And obviously, when we get any more information, we'll be sure to bring it to you guys.
Hey, Matt, I can tell this is really emotional for you. Take a breath. I want to go through a couple of things here. The child, you believe, is how old?
By the looks of it, and I'm not too good at this, but I would guess anywhere from 8 to 12, maybe 8 to 10.
Matt,
very young man.
Do you think it's possible that the child got a hold of a gun in the backseat, because that looks like an exit bullet hole in that truck?
You know, John, that's as I've been able to gather my thoughts and think about it, I am not exactly sure. And I will say this though, and it's obviously 4:30, and I don't want to be too graphic. He did have what might have been parts of the car. Parts of the car may have struck him, and I just know that from being inside and talking to his family. So the best I could gather right now, and of course this could change, he might have been outside of the car when the car went off, and that's what I could gather from being here on the scene now.
Oh my goodness.
Matt, one more time. You heard that sound, what sounded like a gun firing, and then you saw this young child with the arms of his father. Was there anyone else with them at the time?
Yeah, their family was here, and they were pumping gas. It was it just seemed to be a regular stop at the gas station when obviously things went terribly wrong. A lot more information hopefully will come out. I do know that he was the only injured. I know that. I mean, it seemed to have a big family. He was the only person that we saw injured, and actually me and Brian we did just recently give witness statements to the police because like I said, this doesn't happen.
Matt, the wound was where on the boy?
From what I could see, he did have right here. I don't know if you can see this where I'm pointing.
Sure.
Right here on his abdomen, and he had a gash on his leg as well.
Wow.
And I want to say this. There were plenty of bystanders that were doing everything they can to help and applying pressure to that wound and really trying to help this child. And I'm not a doctor, I'm not an expert, but it was good to see him talking and alert. He has been transported, so obviously we're hoping for the best here.
Okay, Matt, I know it's been an emotional afternoon. You don't expect to be walking into a news story in a crime scene and, well, we don't know if a crime here, but a young child, a young boy shot. Matt, thank you. We're going to get back to you. We'll give you some time to kind of collect your thoughts and gather some more information. Matt Galka tonight. Thank you, Matt. Wow.
Incredible.
The
Yeah.
Arizona economy, it has been doing very well, particularly the construction industry.
However, that has led to another problem. There are not enough people to fill the positions now, but One Valley School is helping to change that. Danielle Miller has this story.
There's not a business owner that I